she's in my head.
Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 17 on our 20 from 1995 series. This is a 3D polygon rail shooter, and this is part of the VIRTUA COP series. This is the first sequel, and this is of course VIRTUA COP 2. This was created by Sega and their AM2 division. And the first game in the series was pretty rough at times in terms of 3D polygons. It looks much better in this game. I don't remember coming across any of the VIRTUA COP games in the arcades. But if you thought maybe the first game was a little hard for you, it's harder in this one. The gameplay is still a lot the same. You will see this colored crosshairs or targeting system appear around the enemy as they make their appearance. And you have a short amount of time to move your crosshairs to them and shoot them before they can shoot you. And the targeting will turn from blue to yellow, then to orange, and then to red. And when it's red, the enemy shoots at you. And sometimes the color of the targeting system it'll either be faster than other times, or it will already be a different color from when it usually starts. So you'll have less time to shoot the enemy. Yeah, the graphics are much improved in this game. It actually looks pretty cool. It's still kind of stiff in parts, but for 1995, Sega did a fantastic job on this overall. There will be some cool driving sequences. They'll be very tough because the action will be moving all over the place, and it'll be hard to lock in on your target. There will be a third partner in this game, or a third cop in this game. She's a female, and her name is Janet Marshall. We're going to get started here.
Let's go.
If you play a solo play, then you will always play, if you're playing on the player one side of the cabinet, you will always play as Michael Rage Hardy. And I played this through the emulator Nebula, the Sega Model 2 emulator Nebula. I like the settings for this game. They're really cool. We're going to foil a jewelry store heist. You will get various points for your targets, but you will get the most points if you can just disable the gun in their hand, like shoot their hand so they drop their gun and you don't kill them. And if you can keep that up, you'll get a bonus multiplier going, and you can really start raking in the points. In the first game, you had really stupid civilians running out in the middle of... Whoops, dang it. You had really stupid civilians running out in the crossfire. They are worse in this game. They are really stupid. It's really annoying. If you're gonna play in this emulator, the Sega Model 2 emulator Nebula, they have the reload instead of having a point off screen and fire. It's the right mouse click button. Stop it! Stay out of the damn way. You deserve to die. Yeah, the right click button on the mouse is the reload button. That is the first scene in the beginner difficulty. Yeah, that right click is super handy. but the game is still pretty difficult at times. See, this is kind of hard to get a beat on these guys that are leaning out of the vehicle that you're chasing. Like in the first Virtua Cop, you can destroy a number of things like barrels or crates or boxes, and you might be able to get some weapon upgrades. And the weapon, excuse me, the weapon upgrades include the machine gun, automatic rifle or rapid fire rifle. There is a life extender or a life digit replacement that you can pick up. And I have to use a continue. I will almost do a full playthrough. There's a automatic, and there is a magnum, and there's a shotgun. And we will look at all of those being picked up at some point in the game. But yeah, remember when the target turns red, they're gonna shoot at you, or the targeting system turns red. Despite the increased difficulty and the increased stupidity of the innocent civilians, this is still well worth checking out. This is really pretty darn cool. Sometimes there will be enemies that chuck projectiles of some sort at you, or grenades, or some sort of explosives, and you'll need to shoot them out of the air. In that trash can in front of this building here, you can get one of the weapon power-ups. It's hard to focus on the things that give you weapon power-ups while you're having to shoot all these enemies. Whoops! Hey, we'll quit getting in the way, dum-dum. Something I didn't mention yet is another cool addition to this sequel that's an improvement over the original is sometimes, well, a couple times during the game, you will be able to choose one of the paths to take to continue the stage, or the difficulty setting. I do love the look of the chase sequences like this. We just we just came across one of the choose your path sections. And you can choose to go downtown, or you can choose the Seaside Drive. And this is the Seaside Drive, I believe. But when you come to those road signs, the first time you don't choose your path. You'll look at them and then you'll turn around and take out a bunch more targets. Then you'll come back to that sign. That is when you get to choose which direction you want to go, and you will shoot at the sign to take that path. And there's downtown and Seaside Drive. We will look at the alternate paths that I did not take during this playthrough a little bit later. This is just really mind-blowing for 1995. It's really cool. Hey, there's an automatic that you can get from shooting the enemy that's in that dumpster. And I didn't. Oh. Yeah, I didn't get it. But, yeah, the opportunities to collect those power-ups aren't very often in this game, unfortunately. I did a full playthrough, but I couldn't record all of it because the emulator got a little... or something happened where a different window popped up and it got in the way, so I had to edit that out. Yeah, those explosive barrels can take out several enemies within the vicinity that in mind, really the best way to play this game is two-player simultaneous play or co-op. Now, if you play solo play, I think I mentioned, by putting a credit in the player 1 side of the cabinet, you will play as Michael Rage Hardy. If you play solo play from the player 2 side of the cabinet, you will play as the new cop, Janet Marshall. And the only way to play as the original player 2 from the first game, who is James Smarty Cools, you have to play co-op on the expert difficulty. Now, I think if you don't begin with the beginner stage, then I think that you can just play one full round of difficulty from the other difficulties. But if you start with beginner, then and you finish it, then you'll move on to medium difficulty, and then once you beat medium difficulty, then you go to expert difficulty, and you get the game all the way through. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just not really that good at this sometimes. The mouse pointer and the red crosshairs do not sync well in this game. The mouse pointer led the crosshairs by a good margin during gameplay, and I got kind of confused. Here is the first boss.
Where are you looking? I'm over here.
And he's a super strong man. He's got a big old bazooka, and he'll throw various big things at you, like that barrel. He'll throw eventually a car at you. Just shoot him as much as you can. There, he threw a crate. You can shoot the bazooka shells out of midair, or mortars, or whatever you call them. But yeah, being able to reload just by right-clicking is pretty awesome. And there's that car that he threw at me. And there's me defeating him. Yeah, anytime you run out of those life units that have a little heart on them at the bottom left. And now we go to the medium difficulty.
Save the mayor.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, anytime you run out of the life meter, those little heart units on the bottom at the bottom left, then you will have to spend a continue. Or you just let the time run out, put in your initials. Yeah, like I said, the best way to... Damn it! The best way to get points in this game is to build up that multiplier by shooting the enemies in the hand to knock their guns out and not kill them, and just keep it going. Now that meter will reset, that bonus multiplier, whenever you get shot. And anytime you get shot, you will lose your weapon upgrade. It's kind of annoying that sometimes you'll see a flash of the color of the targeting system, but it'll be like off screen. You won't even be able to shoot the enemy yet, which sucks. I like the cruise ship at the pier there, and the travel center, or whatever you want to call this. Very, very cool, detailed in this entire game. Well, stop doing that, you dumbass. If you don't want to get shot, don't jump out in the way. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Yeah, you can totally get a second player with you. Have one player focus on shooting the enemies, and have one player just take out all the destructible things. That monitor there at the desk, that can be shot for a weapon power-up. Yeah, shoot all the things to try to get nail the explosive barrels and take out multiple enemies at once, or try for the weapon upgrades. And the other player can take out the enemies. That's really the way to play, is co-op. That's kind of weird, yeah, that, or at least my experience has been, that if you want to play as the original second player from Virtua Cop 1, you can only play two-player co-op in expert difficulty. Of course, you'll only see first-person perspective, but there will be cutscenes where you will actually see the players that you've chosen. And in that case, James Smarty Cools. Yeah, their nicknames are Smarty and Rage. And Janet Marshall, I believe, does not have a nickname. There was a Virtua Cop 3, which maybe someday we'll eventually have a look at. Yeah, I wasn't really going to arcades much in the mid-90s. I just kind of felt that arcades were oversaturated with versus fighting games and rail shooters. Yeah, even so, there were still some great games in those genres to check out. We're gonna have a. I just love this. There's a friggin' musical stage on this cruise ship. There's an opportunity to see all the bedroom suites. You can shoot the wine bottles off the tables. There's just so much to shoot at. Maybe you'll get some weapon power-ups. Maybe you'll be able to blow up a whole bunch of enemies at once, etc. There'll be a path coming up here. You can choose one deck. Maybe it's supposed to say on deck. And then there's also bridge. And we'll look at the path that I didn't take later on. And bridge, I believe, has all the bedroom suites, or hotel suites, or whatever. I almost did a full playthrough, like I said, but something happened in the emulator where a window appeared or something, and it blocked my view, and got really pissed off. Had to fix it, then I had to edit that part out. You dumbass, stop it! Generally, I think the key to success in this game, and I probably could have shot the piano. I like that there's a kitchen here. Shoot the pans and stuff. Yeah, a big key to success in this game is remembering where the enemies pop out, and it is nice when they all pop out close to each other, one after another. But yeah, if you play this in the emulator, Nebula, the Sega Model 2 emulator, then that right mouse right click to reload is such a relief. It's still friggin' hard though. There's a way to make it so that you can't see the mouse pointer on the screen. You can just see the crosshairs. That might help you out. I'm not well versed in all the technical aspects of emulators. Yeah, it's unfortunate, and there's automatic there. I've got it. Yeah, the automatic. It's like a larger clip for the pistol, and it has 15 bullets, and it can be reloaded. There's also a shotgun that has 6 shells. It's got a larger shot radius, and that can be reloaded. There's a machine gun that has 30 bullets. That is auto fire, and it can't reload. The auto fires can't reload. There's a Magnum that gives you 7 bullets, and those are wall-piercing bullets, and it can be reloaded. And there's an automatic that has 15 bullets that gives you a larger clip for the pistol, and it can be reloaded. And there's a rifle that gives you auto fire, and that has 22 bullets, and that can't be reloaded. And we are just about to face the boss of the medium difficulty. And they're at the front of this cruise ship. And you will see a bunch of jetpack soldiers that are shooting bazookas at you. And you have to take them all out. Just the level of detail on this game is so cool. The legendary Yu Suzuki had a hand in this one. I don't remember specifically what his title was in this game. There's the bazooka soldiers with jetpacks. Yeah, this is a really cool game, but like I said, it's really difficult, and those friggin' civilians are so stupid. And now we're going to take on the expert difficulty.
The terrorists are making away with the bomb in the subway.
Roger.
Just such a cool game, and so much improved over the first one. Definitely worth checking out, even if you're not good at rail shooters like me. But I would definitely recommend playing it in the Nebula Sega 2 emulator, or Model 2 emulator. Yeah, the first, the beginner difficulty has you going onto the streets, and then into the jewelry store. There's also a road chase or two. There's like this big apartment type building, and then you can make your path choice. There's a cool subway scenario that gets way cooler when you actually get on top or on the sides of the subway train to shoot at the enemies. It's really cool. You get to choose downtown or seaside drive at the end, or towards the end of the beginner stage, or partway through the beginner stage. Then the medium stage, you got to save the mayor. He's on a cruise ship, and your choice of paths is one deck, which you get to see. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's supposed to be on deck. And you get to see the bar and the kitchen and the pool. no matter which path you choose, you end up at the same destination eventually. And then the bridge lets you see the bedroom suites, and you go to the control room in the front of the ship. You don't get an alternate path in expert difficulty here. I love this. This is one of my favorite parts of the game. You get to get on top of the train or the sides of the train to take out enemies. I mean, you have no control over this. Get the hell out of the way, dumbasses. Well, I hope you have a great weekend coming up. My mom's birthday is just around the corner. We'll treat her to a really nice dinner. Go out for probably steak. That time they actually held a hostage. So it wasn't the hostage's fault that they got in the crossfire for once. Those aren't optional path signs that you can shoot. Oh, there was a machine gun. Which I did not shoot. I don't think that... Oh, no, I guess it did go away on its own. I got kind of confused by the mouse pointer and the crosshairs not being synced very well.
On the left.
Sometimes you'll get a little bit of coaching or some commentary from somebody, like maybe on your walkie-talkie, or maybe the character will be giving the player pointers or something.
Look out behind.
One of these days, I might, even though arcades were pretty much dead at that point, I might do like a 20 from the 2000s, 20 from the New Millennium series, but I would just do 20 games. Like I said, arcades are pretty much dead, although a whole lot of classic arcades have popped up. I've got a number not far from where I live. Very lucky. Although, I can get ROMs and play the arcade classics from the comfort of my own home. Yeah, you get some bonuses during the cutscenes or between the sections of the difficulty you chose. And there's like 3 sections for each. And the bonuses you can collect are like, it's generally a stats screen. Gangsters you shot, civilians that you might have accidentally shot. And I think you might have some points deducted because of that. Shots, hits, accuracy percent. There was, I think, maybe a Saturn and a Dreamcast port of Virtua Cop 2, and a lot of cool bonus material or special things for the home ports that you didn't get in the arcade that might be worth checking out. Here's a hangar for an airship, I believe. And the final boss in this game was the final boss from Virtua Cop 1. I think his name was like Wolf Fang or something. Aw, I had an opportunity to get a weapon power-up. I didn't get to see what it was. But again, the weapons are machine gun, rifle, automatic, magnum, and shotgun. And there's a rare life recovery heart that you can collect. I don't know how many times it appears in this game. Not terribly often, I would wager. I tried playing this in MAME and it wasn't working very great. So there's a number of 3D polygon type of games that they have not been able to work the kinks out of. This was one of them. And I was able to record, but there were no cheats, so I couldn't. I should have shot that barrel and blown them all away. There were no cheats, so I could not like explore all the things that you could destroy. And there was some kind of annoying popping sound while I was recording, so I would not suggest trying to play it in MAME. Not yet, anyway. They do a great job in general. There's just so many games that take a lot of working on. I know some people who have contributed to MAME. I definitely appreciate all the time that they that they put in for that emulator. Something I could certainly not do. There's often like protection chips or something that take forever to
I'll remember you, sorry, Quad.
get around. And here is a, I think, second to last boss in the game. And he's driving a tank that has these arms that can hit you and cause damage. Take one life marker off. Just gotta keep shooting the bazooka shots out of midair and taking a shot at the tank when you can. Yeah, the final boss is on it. He's got a jetpack and he flies around and shoots at you. Yeah, we'll just scoot forward to important parts sometimes, because, like I said before, the screen was something got weird in the emulator, or something happened to make the screen appear over my screen. I was, damn it, had to fix it. It didn't happen very often. It was just very brief, but it was very annoying. Having that right click button for reload is really nice. And then you have to shoot this guy. There we go. But yeah, we got one last boss.
Stop the airship bomb.
The airship bomber, I guess they were gonna say.
It seems my
There he is.
plan's been ruined, but I can at least finish you.
I apologize for not being particularly good at this game. I was not usually particularly great at rail shooters, but when I was facing a boss, I sometimes just focused more on shooting them than any projectiles they were firing at me. He's also got like some weird blue projectile that he shoots at you. There it is. Just gonna scoot forward to me, taking him out. Just in time. It's down to one life marker. Anytime that you have to continue, you'll automatically have a new full chamber for whatever, for your weapon. And if you had a weapon power up and then died, then you would lose it. And of course you lose it whenever you get hit. And we'll see all the characters in this ending here, and there's Janet Marshall. I like that little high five that he gets from his fellow cop. What a cool game for its time. But that is Virtua Cop 2. We will see the weapon upgrades, and
Klutz cop.
you will get a ranking at the end, and yeah, I was a klutz. I deserved that. Champion of Virtua City, I believe, is the top grade possible. Klutz is not quite the bottom, but it's pretty close. It's also like good cop and crime buster. And there's my high score, even though I had a terrible ranking. And yeah, like I said, Michael Rage Hardy is, if you play solo one player,
Let's go.
that's the guy you get. And if you play solo player 2, you get Janet Marshall. And if you play co-op for the beginning or medium difficulty, you get Rage and Janet. Michael Rage Hardy and Janet Marshall. And if you play the expert difficulty, 2-player co-op, you get Rage and James Smarty Cools. And in just a little bit, we'll look at all the weapon upgrades that you can get. Yeah, there's Janet as solo player 2. There's where you can get the machine gun. And there's the rifle. And there's a life marker there that you can get. And that's the automatic. Some of them you can reload for more bullets, and some of them you can't. There's the Magnum. And that's the shotgun. And we'll go ahead and have a look at the alternate paths. Yeah, the first time that you see these signs, you won't be able to choose your path. The second time you see those signs, then you can shoot that sign and you'll be able to choose your path. Here's the path that we did not take earlier. I love the look of these chase scenes, but it is really difficult to focus on the enemies that you need to shoot with the action panning around wildly like that. You can shoot some of these vehicles and blow them up. I just wish I had more time to focus on the extra things to blow up rather than the targets. And like I said, here you gotta shoot those barrels, which I didn't. Like I said, having 2 players, 2-player co-op is best. So 1 player can shoot all the extra stuff, and 1 player can focus on the enemies. Although there will probably be a little bit heavier volume of enemies if you're playing 2-player co-op. Yeah, this leads back to this building. And here's, this time we're going to choose the bridge, where we're going to see the bedroom suites on the cruise shit. This the level of detail is just so awesome. And the 3D polygons are done so much better in this game than the first Virtua Cop. Like I said, there was a Virtua Cop 3. Some of the home ports might have been called like Virtua Squad. I think I played a Dreamcast briefly once. My brothers had it for a very short time. There's a lot of appreciation for the Sega Saturn. I think I might have played a few games on it. Not any of the Virtua Cop games. Oh, quit popping out where you can get shot, dummy. I think the civilians really annoy me in this game. I'm loath to call them innocents because they're guilty of being stupid in my eyes. Hope you have a great weekend. I'm gonna probably do a little bit more painting. I've just got one little tiny project left. I've gotta stain my gate and maybe the planter box out front. But that was Virtua Cop 2 by Sega and their AM2 division. Game number 17, R20 from 1995 series. Well, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you join me soon for game number 16. Y'all take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.